Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakodash, up on the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect, pushing the word across the four corners of earth, risking your life to do so. I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. And as you can see, this is the entrance of Benjamin Nadahu. All right, this is one of the supposedly the leader of the Holy Land, which recently they've been showing that his people over there are actually protesting for the right to grape Palestinian captives, right? Especially the men, the men, right, of the state of Israel are protesting so that they can grape. Right, and then they also showed them going to where the Palestinians have a water supply, and filling it up with concrete. Basically genocide, but we can't speak on any of that. But the thing in the media is sports and Diddy and all these other distractions. But the state that's pulling in billions of dollars and doing all this corrupt ass shit, it's barely reported, and you have to go out onto other media sources. All right, but here's his entrance into the U.S., the righteous ruler of the state of Israel. Look at this, a Secret Service motorcade that's larger than the president's. If he's even in that car. Shut down the whole highway. Right, and this is not scriptural at all. Look, they got an ambulance at the back. God damn. This ain't scriptural, man. This ain't scriptural. All right, let's go to it. Jeremiah 46:27. But fear not thou. Yeah, but Jeremiah 47:6-27. But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, and be not dismayed, O Israel, for behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. Right, none shall make him afraid. And when you need a 20-car motorcade, 2 helicopters, and to shut all the roads down, that means you're afraid. All right, so when we go before these other nations, we're not going to be afraid. We're going to be in celestial bodies on the earth, if that makes sense. All right, it's a celestial terrestrial body. They say if the nations don't come up on these high holy days, or even when we summon them, it's gonna be a problem. Right? Our gates are gonna be open continually. We're not gonna be afraid, because normally you have gates, you lock them at a certain time. Okay, nobody in it. The gates are gonna be open continually, day or night. It's gonna be nothing that they can do with us. He said, "For behold, I will save thee from afar off." See, that's where we're all at right now, in a distant land. The scriptures allude to that. Hey, in the end, you're gonna be in a distant land. All right, miserable are the cities. We're gonna pull it out of the north country. It says, "I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith the Lord, for I am with thee. For I will make a full end of all the nations whither I have driven thee, but I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished." So we're going through punishment right now, as we've been saying. or you should. If you're not going through punishment, then something is wrong. You got a covenant with death. You got some type of you doing something. And I be noticing that. Like sometimes the Lord will give you that mercy, and you need that mercy. All right. So the judgment of the Lord is perfect, but then after all is said and done, it'll be time to go right back in that fire. All right, and the longer that we're here, the more that the Lord has you to become familiar with. All right, the more situations and dealing with spirits and dealing with demons, and and that's how you grow. All right, but like it said, but I would not make a full end of thee, and that's what the Lord did. He pulled us back up out of the grave, and Balaam figured that out. Right, Numbers 24. It said, and verse 1, it says, and when Balaam saw it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he went not as the other times to seek for enchantments, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tent. So he saw a vision according to their tribes, and the Spirit of God came upon him. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said, he has said, which heard the words of God, which saw the vision of the Almighty fall into a trance, but having his eyes open. So he was seeing a vision. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel, as the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the riverside, as the trees of lign aloes, which the Lord hath planted, and as cedar trees besides the waters. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. His king shall be higher than Agag. All right, because Amalek was once a footstool for us. And the Lord said they're going to be a footstool again. All right, Moab is my footstool, my washpot. I can cast a shoe over them. You think these people are scary now? Man, yeah, a king is going to be higher than Agag. And which I wouldn't be surprised if Netanyahu was Agag. I don't know. Right, but it says God brought him forth out of Egypt. He hath as it with the strength of a unicorn, right, the strength of a bull. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. And see, we ruled before in the time of David and Solomon, for that short period, but this is going to be a forever time. He couched and he laid down as a lion, and as a great lion, who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee. And that's the beauty of it. None of these little witches and demons, they can't curse us. Well, they can, but you're gonna curse yourself. Let me put it like that. Now, you bless us, you be blessed. I've had heathens to help me out, or whatever. In certain situations, so like it. And I told him, let that be a blessing for you. Let it be a blessing for you. We had mercy on Rahab the harlot. She had to put that red cloth in her window or whatever. And then her family was spared when we came through. That's what she said, just spare my people. Right, and we're gonna have the fullness of our blessing, man. The fullness of our land. Let's say it's gonna be so straight. That land's gonna be so straight, and children gonna say, "We need more." Right, it says, and Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I called thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. Now therefore flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto a great honor, but lo, the Lord have kept thee back from us, because he wouldn't, because he knew he couldn't curse us. All right, and the highest level of witches and war, which my whole life, man, I've had these damn witches and demons, man, trying to fuck with me. And it wasn't until I came into this that I understood why. These demons, they know who you are. And I think about it, a lot of that stuff. It was an Edomite woman. When she told me that when I was a kid, she was like, "Oh, you might be royalty." You know, and me not understanding, that means that they really gonna try to set you up. And that's what they do. They take the people, you know, it's the Daniel breakdown. They want to highly indoctrinate you and use you, set you up to cause your people to stumble. Right? But that never works for long, because whatever you do is gonna be returned on your own head. So it only gonna last so long. Right? But like it said in verse 9, who shall stir him up? See, that applies to the whole nation of Israel. The whole nation of Israel is Ariala, the lion of power. But then, of course, it extends to Judah first. All right, who shall rouse him up? And that's what's happening, man. Jacob is being stirred up, backed into a corner. All right, whatever, because it's all quiet right now, but you best believe there's a storm brewing. There's some things in motion behind the scenes, and we're about to feel the effects of it as we go through this year. All right, and it's almost the time for the real first month. I think the Chinese celebrate the New Year next week. All right, in accordance to the moon, that because it's a new moon next week, but our new moon, I believe, is the one after that, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So Lord willing, continue. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Mahushai. These people are scared, man. They're nervous. Right? They're backed into a corner. This truth is exposing, man. And it's nothing you can do. You can't reverse it. Right? But it's time to try. At least try your plan. You know, fill your belly. Do what you got to do, Esau. You know, come down with the lies and shit. But the scriptures even say that. They say that some certain heathens are going to help us. Certain people in the world are going to help us. And then you have certain Israelites who look like you. So you don't know who's who. Right? But all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Shalom to the elect.